another weekly reading live. Again, this is for Patreon members. If you stumble upon this and you're like, how come you're not reading my cards? This is for Patreon. I put all the links in the description. It's 11.11 a month to join the Patreon. You get weekly updates, astrological updates, tarot stuff, and then on Sundays you receive a weekly reading. You can ask any question you would like if you're here in the chat. And if you're not in the chat, I just give you weekly guidance from the cards. This week, what do we have this week? We might actually have a full moon this week. I gotta check. I don't know if I highlighted that in the week ahead post, but I will be checking again. I don't think so. I think it's the following week. Anyway, let's get started. I think there's been some changes to the Patreon members, but I'm just going to read everybody like last time because I didn't verify all of that yet. So let me write down some names and then we will get started with the tarot. Last time, I think we just did animal cards or something like that. This time it's back to the tarot. Let's see, Aries ascendant, Gemini rising. We have a Ren, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I think that's it. Oh no, and Samantha. All right, so if you are a Patreon member, let me know in the chat if you have a specific question. Make sure you like the video. Also, if you want to join the Patreon, the link, the information is in the description. We have the Patreon link there. We have the 2 workshops. The first one is Open Your Heart, a journey to emotional healing. And with Venus being in Pisces now is the perfect time to attend to your heart space and to really show yourself compassion, to let go of the baggage that you've been carrying from 2024. So that workshop is $22. It's on demand. You, as soon as you purchase it, you can go through and do all of it. It's a mixture of videos, downloads, my voice in audio form, leading you through a lot of different practices. The other workshop is the Yoni massage. So that is all about getting in touch with your sacral chakra, literally identifying the different parts, learning about your anatomy, but also your spiritual power. And if you don't have a yoni, then you can learn about yonis through that. I also have the link for purchasing readings that you can click. And there's a link for donations as well. So if you're someone who doesn't want to join the Patreon, but wants a reading this week, you can send a donation there. Although it doesn't really make sense because donation minimums are $11.11 and it costs $11.11 to join the Patreon. So you might as well. Hey, Gemini Rising! It's so good to see you. Hey, girl. Hey. You can be first if you want to. Go ahead and ask a question if you have one, or we could just do a general for you. But it's good to see you here in the chat. This is the new time that I'll be going live for the next few weeks because this is their church time changed. So the baby's not here. Thank you for the compliments. But yeah, all the links are in the description if you're interested in working with me. We're going to start with Gemini rising as soon as she lets me know if it's general or specific. Yeah, also, if you're wanting more free content, you're thinking of a question. Okay. If you're wanting more free content, I just uploaded all 12 zodiac signs forecast for the month of January, you do need to know your rising sign because your rising sign dictates your whole chart. What up, Emerson and Scarlett? So I'm a Taurus sun. See, little Taurus, but my rising sign is Virgo. So I would not listen to the Virgo or the Taurus video. I would listen to the Virgo video because that's my rising sign. So that's also what you need to do in order to get the most from the horoscope videos that I uploaded. Go based off of your rising sign, okay? It's not, astrology doesn't quite work the way that tarot does. So with tarot, I might say sun, moon, or rising. But with astrology, the way I do it is very specific to your rising, okay? So go ahead and find those. It's all uploaded. All 12 signs are there. So I'm going to start with Aries ascendant while Gemini rising is giving these questions some thought. You can also just say general if you would like, or give me just a topic. Oh, just kidding. Let's do Gemini. Will I win my lawsuit? And will my financial situation improve? Okay, what do we need to know about this lawsuit energy? We also need to take a look at your charts and see what Jupiter is up to, what's being hit for you. So I'll pull your chart a little bit later and see if there's any advice that I would give you, and I'll message you privately on the Patreon, okay, Gemini rising, based off of your chart. But let's go ahead and see what the cards have to say about the lawsuit and about finances. What does Gemini rising need to know about this lawsuit? Okay, we have the Chariot and the Emperor so far. It's going to be a journey, okay? This lawsuit stuff, like court, can take quite a while. So buckle up for that. That's the first card out, is like, hey, girl, we're in it for the long haul. This might be a thing, a sort of back and forth thing. The Emperor card also wants you to get all your shit in order. So whatever documentation you have, get everything together now so that you can feel more confident, so that you could feel more in control, because a lot of aligning with our highest timeline is you embodying the version of you that wins, okay? So a lot of this is a mental game as well, and making sure that you're crossing your T's, dotting your I's, doing all of those things. The Emperor card is very focused and doesn't come to play. Like, there's no part of this card that's for play, right? So you need to embody that same sort of warrior spirit, the same sort of energy of like, I am not backing down from this. I know what I deserve. I know, yeah, I know what I deserve. So what else do we need to know about this lawsuit? What does she need to do to prepare for the lawsuit? Lawsuit energy. Okay. So you also need to decide how far you're willing to go when it comes to the lawsuit. Is this, you've been fighting for 10 years, girl? Okay, so that's what this is about. That's what this is about. There may have to be some sort of, you may have to give something up. Okay, so you might have to decide what your version of winning is. Okay, that's this here. What's your version of winning? What do you need from this situation in order to feel victorious and successful? So that's something else for you to consider, is like, how far do I want to keep taking this? What does victory look like for me? And just plotting that out and having some sort of idea can help you find a resolution more more quickly. Yeah, and then we have this reflection card. So there is a lot of opportunity for you to consider, okay, what is this for me? Justice for your okay. Justice for your grandmother. So this is a worthy cause. And then you need to tap back into the Emperor and the Chariot, right? And not be deterred by how long this is taking. If it's a worthy cause, then yeah, here's this, don't stop fighting for it. Okay, I'm going to look into your chart and see if we can find anything more specific about timing, or more specific about what to expect. And we'll kind of leave that question alone for now. Since there is a lot of moving parts to it, I'll see what planets are supporting you, what you can expect with that. But now let's go into your financial one, and then we'll go on to our next patron. So what is Gemini rising? Okay, so Venus just moved into Pisces. I need to see what house Pisces is for you. But Venus is the planet of love, and you're so welcome. The planet of love, beauty, money, value. So depending on where Pisces hits for you in your chart, you could be drawing more resources to you. 11th house. Okay, so that's connections, networks, friends. So it's likely that finances can improve through someone that you know. Maybe a friend reaches out and is like, hey, I had the perfect job for you. Or, hey, have you heard about this sort of new opportunity? So as much as you can, Gemini rising, 10th/11th, depending. Ooh, 10th is even better because that is your career. So definitely something's coming through for you. And I want you just to anchor your mind in that reality, okay? And know that there is something happening for you. Venus is going to be in this transit until all of February too. So you have all of January and all of February where these moving parts are falling into place for you. Be open with the people around you that you are looking to better your finances, that you are, qualified in these areas, because they probably don't know that you need help. And as a Virgo, you're really good at like looking like you have everything together. So other people don't necessarily worry about Virgos because they're like, well, Virgos always know like what they always know. So if you could be a little bit more vulnerable and express to people around you, not in like a desperate way, like, please help me find a job, but just like, hey, keep an eye out for me in this and this and this, and let me know if anything comes up. Because it's likely that you get a job or some sort of connection through a friend, through the internet, through social media, some sort of, okay, it's a secret. So you don't have to say like, I'm down bad, like everybody help, I'm down bad. But you can just, I'm looking to advance in my career. I'm looking to align myself with something that has more pay. I want to try my hand at this. If you have any connections, let me know, and you can even just mention it casually while you're talking to someone, okay? But the point is, no, no one knows that you need help if you aren't being at least a little bit vulnerable, okay? And it's not about weakness. Vulnerability requires strength, right? It takes a lot of strength to be like, hey, this is what actually is happening right now. So if you can adjust your perspective and be willing to do that, I think it's going to benefit you, because there is something here about you connecting with other people, connecting with friends, social media networks. The 11th house is also like technology and the internet. So using these things to your advantage to kind of like send out a bat signal like, hey, I am here in case, in case anyone has anything for me, I'm open to receive. Even just saying that I am open to receive abundance, I'm open to receive help, I'm open to receive connections. By having your mind open in that way, you can attract what it is that you're looking for, because how else is it supposed to happen if you only, if you stay in your hermit time How are people going to receive your energetic signature, you know? So I'm going to leave that here for you because that was just a whole lot of information in terms of both of your questions. And I will, yeah, Joe, and I will look into your chart a little bit later to see if there's anything that stands out in your ninth house. Really, we're looking seventh, eighth, ninth when it comes to this particular court ordeal. Okay, so I'll look and see what's happening there. And if there's anything noteworthy, I will let you know. Thanks, Nathan. So these readings are for the Patreon members. If you look in my description, there is a link to the Patreon. You can join it. For the 11/11, you get weekly readings on Sundays. And if you're here in the chat, then you get to ask specific questions. If you are not, I just give you a general reading and you can play back later. Okay? You're welcome, Gemini Rising. I'm glad you were able to join this week. Hopefully this is a good time for you moving forward. Okay, next we're going to go to Aries Ascendant. I don't think she's here in the chat, so let's just see what does Aries Ascendant need to know, do, or understand at this time. What's going on for Aries Ascendant? First card out is the King of Wands. You have 3 questions, Jerome. If you don't want to join the Patreon, you can send a donation of 1111 to the cash tag that is in the description. However, it's the same price for the Patreon, so you might as well get a month of readings. Samantha! You might as well get a month of readings instead of just one. But hey, Samantha, we'll go to you next, okay? So if you have a question, leave it in the chat. This is for Aries Ascendant. There's so much here for you each week, especially lately, that's encouraging you, Aries Ascendant, to stay focused. Stick to the plan. Stick to the plan. Don't get deterred by the 3D. Really just focus, focus, focus. And I know it gets annoying because you're like, I have been focusing. But you got to keep focused. It's not time to stop yet. He's still very much focused on his goals, dreams, and aspirations. He is unmoved. He's undeterred by the 3D reality. And I think this is where delusion really comes into play with manifestation is even though your outside world might not reflect what it is that you want to see, you have to keep embodying that vibration of everything's working out for me. I have everything I want. I have everything I need. Money comes to me easily and frequently. Like you just have to embody it. Even so, I have a friend who was sleeping in her car and she was still intending and insisting that, no, I have the house of my dreams. I have all of these things. And after a couple weeks of, she was down bad sleeping in her car, but she did not let her mind enter the victim mentality. And like a week or 2 later, she was in her own apartment and everything was great. So I think that is a really extreme and wonderful example of how not to let yourself slip. Okay, even when your external reality is bullshit, you have to be like, no, everything's everything's great, everything's fine, everything's working out in my favor. And it's just really a lot of faking it until you make it and knowing that like change is the only constant. Whatever you persist in is what is going to eventually take place. So you have to persist. And that's what this card and these readings have been about for you, Aries Ascendant, is you have to persist in whatever it is that you would like to see. You have to keep going. You have to keep pushing. You have to keep on, keep it on, girl. Until you see the result that you want to see, you have to keep going forward. And that's really a metaphor for life in general, right? Like you have to keep it pushing. If it's that important to you, you have to keep putting energy behind it. Yes. See? Okay, the focus begets the reward. All right. So doing all of those things is going to get you what you want. Okay. Um, so persist, persist, persist. Keep listening to the law of assumption videos. Keep listening to um, these guided meditations and things that get you to help visualize what it is you want to see for yourself moving forward. Okay. Samantha's next and says, my mind is a little scattered. So my question is, where should I focus my energy this week? That is a great question. Um, you're a Cancer rising? Because Mars moves into Cancer on the 6th. What you should do is definitely get back in touch with your body. Get in touch with your body. So that's going to hit your first house. Do the yoga, do the walking. Make sure you're doing things to help your body integrate this new energy that's coming through to help mitigate frustration and also clear your mind. Um, with Mars is a planet of action. It wants you to be active with your body. So this week, definitely do that more than you would normally. It will help you to acclimate to the energy and to the feeling of having Mars in your first house. Okay, so that's the first thing that I would encourage you to do. Oh, you've been sick and dormant lately. Yes. So even if it's like a quick walk around the block or just stepping outside for a minute and getting some fresh air, or doing arm circles, like it could be anything, but you need to move your body with Mars moving into that first house. Okay, sit in the sun, maybe get by water, go to the beach or a river or any body of water, even if it's just your bath. Let's see, what else does Samantha need to know about focus this week? Yeah, so being present is, these are from Ross. I'm in my dad's office. He has like maps and flags and stuff everywhere. He was in the army. Okay, so Samantha, this is about you staying present. This person here has a lot of work to do and is like putting their shoulder to the wheel, but he's also doing it the hard way. um, his destination's back here, right? If it's too heavy, if it's too much, just take one stick at a time. Just take 2 sticks at a time. You don't have to take all 10 at a time. Just little by little, find one thing to focus on and then move to the next thing. And yeah, use your Virgo skills to help you figure out what is the most important thing for you to do, and then do that one thing. And then go back to the drawing board and say, okay, what's the next important thing for me to do? So instead of wearing yourself out, wearing yourself thin, really do one thing at a time. Stay present. Do one thing at a time. And before you know it, all of it's done. We don't get anywhere with overwhelm. You have to break it all down. Like, what can I do right now in this moment? Like, take a look around you. Do you need to clean something up off the floor? Okay, do that here first. Don't think about the whole house. Think about the one room that you're in. Or one thing in the room that you're in. So really break it down into more manageable pieces. Hold on a second. I'm going to forget who went first. And I know a lot of you guys like the breakdown when I post. I'm always like, shit, who went first? Okay. So break it down, break it down. What else? Yeah, then the Empress. Remember that the most important thing to attend to is your vibration, your mental health, because that is going to dictate what you are able to call into you, especially with Venus being in Pisces. You attract what you are, even more so with Venus in Pisces. So really attend to yourself, attend to your vibration, attend to the goddess within you before getting down to the nitty-gritty, like human details of it all. Okay. So I hope that helps you. This is fascinating. I'm a Leo moon. What's your interpretation of the difference between the sun and moon sign? Your sun sign is who you are aware of being in the world, how you are aware of moving in the world. Your sun sign is your ego, which we need because your ego gets you from point A to point B. Your moon sign, on the other hand, is your subconscious. So it's all of the things about you that maybe you don't realize you are. It's all of your patterns. It's your inheritance from your family members and from your ancestors. It's your inner child. And what we know is your subconscious mind runs 90% of your daily behavior, especially if you're not aware, if you're not woke, right? That's why they call it woke, because otherwise 90% of your day is being run by just your programming. So your moon sign represents who you are on a subconscious level, which actually runs the entire show. So your moon sign is um, kind of more visible to other people because they're the ones interacting with you. They see um, how you're triggered in a lot of ways. So essentially, your moon sign is how you feel, what you've inherited, and it's those subconscious patterns that you act out every single day. So for me, I'm a Leo moon, so I need a lot of attention. I need a lot of attention. And that's something that I've become conscious of is like, I need validation in a lot of ways. And so that's a subconscious part of me that I consciously attend to by giving myself the validation and the attention that I need so that I'm not like a bleeding heart when it comes to other people, right? My daughter is a Libra moon, so for her to feel emotionally safe, she needs everything around her to be balanced and fair and calm. She doesn't like it if we're yelling and fighting or arguing. If our voices get loud, then that just sets her off. And she's a Libra moon, so she needs that fairness, she needs that balance. But she's a Gemini sun, so her Gemini self, on the surface, it would seem like, oh, who cares? She thrives in chaos. But no, her emotional self, her emotional body, her child self, her inner child self needs that balance that Libra craves. So yes, your sun is your conscious, your moon is your subconscious. And really, a lot of astrologers will say you are more your moon sign than you are your sun sign because again, the subconscious rules 90% of your daily activities. So how could you not be your moon sign? The more conscious that you become of your patterns, the less your subconscious runs the show, and the more that you can steer the boat consciously. Yeah, Aries moon is great. There's beautiful things about every sign, and then there's things to think about every sign as well. So for Aries moon, you like to take action. You could be a really active person. You're explorative. You fight for the things that are important to you. You maybe can be more emotionally impulsive. So that's something to think about. Like, oh, let me not make decisions right now because I'm at the peak of my emotional wave. Let me wait till I calm down to like take action or to make a statement or to interact with certain people. So yeah, there's lots to think about. Okay, next we're gonna go to Shaie. What does Shaie need to know, do, or understand at this time? Shaie, good morning. What does Shaie need to know, do, or understand? Girl, Shaie, I'm telling you, something's coming and it's been making itself known for the last couple of lives. You've had a lot of positive, romantic, passionate, supportive cards coming out. And I love that that is happening because for a while there, it was not that. But it's, yes, things are hopeful. Things are starting to take root. Things are becoming more stable, especially in the realm of your goals, dreams, and aspirations. The way forward is becoming clearer. The people who are meant to accompany you are becoming clearer. This is about your home life improving, your sex life improving, your romantic life improving. Um, so get clear about like what you want those things to look like, because it does seem like you are becoming a bigger magnet for your desires. So really examine your desires, amp these things up, and be conscious of what you are pulling in for yourself, because you can pull in a lot. So are you maximizing this right now, or are you just letting it flow? I think you should maximize. Yeah, awesome. If you look in the description of this video, there's a link. I've also posted, I think it's in the description and the comments of every other video that I've posted pretty much the last 2 weeks. So if you can't find it in this video, look in one of my other ones, look in the community post area. I know it's a little extra work, but it won't let me type right now, but it is in the description. And I would love to have you. Let's see. So it is in. Hey, I see you. Okay, I'm going to add you to the list. Thanks for joining our newest member, Rhoda. It just notified me, so we can do yours next. If you want to ask a specific question, go ahead and leave it in the chat. Okay. So let's see. Back to Shawnee. What else does Shawnee need to know? Oh, I think for you to get this, you're going to have to say no to things that are not this, Shawnee. So there could be some people coming around who are like, ooh, I could give you this 4 of Wands, but you have to be like, actually, no, you can't. That is not what I want. That's not what I've been asking for. So in order to get this yes, you're going to have to tell some people no. But that's okay, because what's coming in is significantly better than what you are saying no to, okay? So don't be desperate. Don't take the first thing that comes. And I guess that's what I was saying before about your getting in alignment with what it is exactly that you want to attract. Don't just go for the first offer. This one was trying to come out too, the 6 of Wands. 6 of Wands, you having success, enjoying success in a very public way. Yeah, your hard work paying off in Aquarius season especially. So Aquarius season is activating something for you. There's beauty that's coming along the way. There's more opportunity that's coming along the way. But something about Aquarius season is definitely lit up for you. Okay. And just to anyone in here who likes to be judgmental, I would like to ask you, what would Jesus do? What would Jesus do? Because I'm pretty sure Jesus said not to judge people. So, okay, Rhoda, what do I need to hear from my guides or spirit concerning my new job? Is this where I'm supposed to be? Let's see. And then in the Patreon, I'll send you a message. You can give me your birth time, your birth information. I would like to pull your chart. I have a whole folder of my Patreon members' charts, and I check them periodically. I help you learn about your astrological timing and all of those things. So we'll check into that for you a little later today. So let's see, what does Rhoda need to hear from the guides about this new job? Yeah. Make sure you have your birth time, okay? So it can be precise. You don't have to put that stuff here though. I'll message you in Patreon. What does Rhoda need to know? Okay, we have the Hierophant. This is about commitments. What does Rhoda need to know about her job? Yeah, let's see. So one thing I would encourage you to do is to brainstorm all the things that you want from a job, all the feelings you want to feel when you go to your job, the amount of money you would like to make from respective jobs. And this does not have to align with the job you're currently at. This is you brainstorming your best possible reality, okay? And it's also giving you some guidelines to work with when it comes to calling that into you. Sometimes we have to see it more objectively, what we've been hoping for, what we ask, what we are currently valuing, in order to help us see what our next moves should be. So if you've been kind of wavering or questioning, what that tells me is that there's something more that you would like. So I need you to write that down. What is it that you feel like you're missing? What is it that makes you wonder if this is right? What is it that you would want or ask for or call in if you knew that it was going to come? Okay, so that's part of your homework here. The next thing I would say is this is the star card. This is about wishes, hopes, dreams. This is also Aquarius. Just like for Shaie, there's something here in Aquarius season for you. Maybe it's a new job offer. Maybe it's a raise. Maybe it's a new sort of commitment. But whatever it is, it seems much more in alignment with what you should be doing. You needed a change. I did make it, but it's a pay cut. Now you're questioning things. Okay, you can always make a different choice. So brainstorm, do all those things I was telling you about, and then ask the universe for it. Ask for those things. Ask God, your ancestors, your angels, your guides to bring it to you. Okay. And your job in the interim is just to be open to whatever happens next, to be open to maybe you change your job again. Maybe you are given a pay increase out of nowhere. Maybe things, maybe more money comes to you in different forms. So this is about you just aligning more with what it is that you desire. And how are you going to do that? Again, by writing it down and then by being open. We have Venus in Pisces for the next month and a half ish. And this is bringing you more wealth, more value. You're becoming a bigger beacon and a bigger magnet to what it is that you are, what you're embodying. So if you feel that you deserve more money, this can definitely happen for you, especially as you concretize some things, like literally write it down what you want, what you would like to see. But these two cards, the Hierophant is about a job, it's about a commitment, it's about money. Then we have the Star, wishes, hopes, and dreams. So this is about you receiving what you ask for. This is a really magical time for a lot of people to get more in alignment with their destiny. We also have, this is why I need to pull your chart too. We also have the North Node moving into Pisces on the 11th. And what that means is we are all being asked to leave behind things that are no longer for us and to say yes to things that are for us. This is a destiny point. And what's happening is we are being divinely led to our next steps. So a lot of people will be finding like their dream person, their dream partner, their dream job. Pisces is about dreams, and the North Node is about your destiny. So now more than ever, it is possible for you to receive what you've been longing for, what is in alignment with the righteous desires of your heart. Okay, so anything that you want out of like power and control, not going to happen. But anything that you want out of like just a genuine desire to care for yourself, the people around you, your children, your partner, your home, that sort of thing, that's definitely being supported here too. So you have this Four of Wands energy that's showing you happiness, success, stability, better home life, um, opportunities as well. So these cards bode really well for raises, for a new job, for the service into case management. Hey. Yes. And so there's untold benefits as well for the service that you're providing as well, especially with Mars being in Cancer. So I would definitely, like, if it's a money thing, write down like what your bills are, what you're afraid of not being able to pay, or the amount of money you want to save, or a trip you want to take, whatever it is, write that down too, and ask for it energetically. Bring me this, like I'm putting this energy out here. Bring me a return on my investment. And I know it sounds kind of crass when you put it like that, but your service is rewarded. It always is, especially with Venus being in Pisces. So it's a really lucky time right now, is essentially what I'm getting at. And it's a great time for you to write down what you want and to expect to receive it, whether it's more money, more income streams, better partnership, etc. But this is all really good news for your job. I'm not seeing anything here that's like, oh, run for the hills or this was a bad move. I don't see that. What I am seeing is more opportunity, more stability, some sort of wish fulfillment, especially as we get into Aquarius season. And what do you have to do to receive it? Continue to listen to your intuition, okay? With all this Piscean energy and the water energy in general, we have Mars moving into Cancer. We have Venus in Pisces. We have the North Node in Pisces. All of this is really asking you to listen to your inner knowing, listen to your inner wisdom, get in touch with your spirituality, allow yourself to take a path that might not necessarily make sense on paper, but that truly resonates with who you are in this world and how you want to show up for people. So I will pull your charts later today, and we'll look into specifically what this means for you. Thank you so much for joining the Patreon. Let's see, let's add you to this list. Am I taking questions? Not right now. I'm doing the Patreon members first, and then at the end, if you would like to send an 1111 donation, you can ask a question, or you could join the Patreon for 1111 and you get 4 free readings a month, as well as multiple posts throughout the week. Glad to be here. We do new moon stuff, full moon stuff. I keep you updated on the astrology. I help you learn how to read your chart, blah, blah, blah. So if you want to do that, the link is in the description. So the next person we are reading is Amman. What does Amman need to know, do, or understand? Amman, what does she need to know? All right, girl. It's so important for you to choose your path and stay focused. Choose your path and stay focused. Choose your path and stay focused. There's a lot of things that are out here trying to get your attention. What you need to do is fall back to your passion, to the call that you feel from your future self, from your higher self, okay? If it's not in alignment with where you're going, don't say yes. Don't say yes. Don't say don't say yes if it's not gonna get you where you're going. You can get some experience points that way, but it will take you off your path. Okay. So really go back to the drawing board. I don't know if you did what is it called? A vision board. I don't know if you're setting intentions for the new year. Or if you did like the bingo, the 2025 bingo card thing, having these goals in your mind and seeing them on a consistent basis is going to help you understand which cup you need to say yes to and which cup you need to say no to. Okay. Because otherwise, without these goals in your mind, it's really easy to go on a bunch of side quests and be like, okay, sure, yes, yes, yes. When really you should be saying no and focusing on the things that are going to get you where you want to be. As a Cancer, with Mars moving into your sign, there's going to be people who want you to do things, who want to be around you, who want to take you places. You're going to get a lot of attention, but that doesn't mean you should give into it, okay? Especially if it's somebody from the past. We're saying, oh, hell no to the past, okay? We're staying focused. We're doing the work. We're moving forward. We're healing. We're doing all of that. Yeah. And that is what's going to lead. Look, there's something magical happening in Aquarius season. I don't know what it is, but this Aquarius card, the card of wishes being fulfilled, of a happy home, of more stability. These two cards keep popping out. So really focus, focus, focus until we get to Aquarius season and into this 11th house energy. Aquarius season is coming up very shortly in the next like week or so, week and a half. So you don't have much longer to start seeing these blessings, to start receiving these blessings, okay? Stay focused. Say no to anything that is not where you're going, okay? Next, let's do Enlightened. And then Ren is after Enlightened. I keep doing Ren last. We need to start with Ren next time. Okay, what does Enlightened need to know, do, or understand at this time? Enlightened, we love it. The 10 of Cups is here, reminding you that all is well. It's all working out in your favor. What you want is possible, is attainable, and is inevitable. Okay, keep this in the forefront of your mind when you're feeling low, when you're doubting things, when you're like, what the fuck is this? And just remind yourself that this is possible, this is happening, this is yours. This is yours. Yeah. I'm just laughing because it's exactly what I said. Flowing in faith. The fool is about to fall off a cliff, but he's like, I don't care. I trust. I know that what is meant for me is going to happen for me. So I'm leading with my heart. I have my head to the sky. I'm listening to my guidance, to my higher self, and I'm just taking the next step. That is key here. That is key when it comes to receiving this flowing, flowing, flowing. I was just talking about all the energy that's moving to these water signs. And what does water do? It flows, okay? It flows, it flows, it flows. So flow with it. Let go of the things that are just not sticking around on their own. Because, baby, that's not for you. This is for you. Okay? Don't be afraid of letting go. Don't be afraid of moving on or moving forward, because it's taking you where you want to be. It might be the scenic route, but it's still taking you there, okay? Enjoy the scenery. All right, Ren is the last one. Ren's going to be first next time. What does Ren need to know, do, or understand? Okie doke, Ren. Are you resting? Are you resting your mind? Are you finding ways to expel your nervous energy? Are you giving your mind something productive to do? Because you need to. Okay, give your mind some proper exercise. Get little, whether this is meditation and visualization, the law of assumption, or if it's more like, I just need some crossword puzzles to do. I need something to do, something else to think about so that I'm not replaying unnecessary things in my mind. It's really important to understand that your mind doesn't know the difference between what's happening now and what happened in memory. If you are remembering something and replaying something, your mind thinks it's happening now. So those same sorts of feelings and hormones are being released in your body as if it was actually happening to you right now in this moment. And so that is really important to remember. So if I'm replaying an argument that I had or a trauma that I went through, my body is responding as if it's happening in this moment. And this is why it's important to master your mind, to find productive things for your mind to do so that you're not constantly in a state of panic. So you're not constantly in a state of trauma or emotional disharmony. Um, so really focus on your mind and giving your mind something to do. Okay. What else does Ren need to know to understand? Ren. What does Ren need to do? Yeah, there's a lot of change. Change can be scary. But change is also necessary for bringing in the abundance, the blessings that you've been asking for. So if it feels like everything around you is unreliable, welcome it. Okay, that's the way to get ahead of it. Is if it's starting to crumble, be like, okay, let's do it. Fall down, crumble down, waste away, and bring me what is meant for me. This is also representative of Pluto being in your sign of Aquarius. Pluto is starting to chip away at things, and he's like, oh, did you notice this thing? This thing's falling apart. Let's just knock it down. Or this belief you have about yourself, do you see how toxic it is? Now let's get rid of it. Let's extract it. Let's replace it with something better. So, this is another situation or circumstance where it's important for you to look at your goals for yourself. Where do you want to end up? How do you want to feel when you end up there? Really take a look at that and start embodying that now instead of making that a far off place in the future of like, one day I want to be here. Start asking yourself, what would it look like if this was me now? How would it feel if this was me now? And then that can help you flow with change better because it'll be like, oh, yeah, well, this thing obviously had to go because I said that I want to experience this. And this over here is directly contrary to this right here. So by beginning with the end, as with the law of assumption, it helps you to accept yourself as this version of you instead of the one over here. Um, yep. I was just trying to see if there's anything else in there. And then the Ace of Pentacles, more money is coming, more opportunity is coming, more physical representations of what you're calling in is making itself available to you. So you will see in a very tangible, real, physical way, new beginnings, okay? Whether this is coming in the form of money, ideas, new relationships, friendships, what have you, but it's very physical. This is very tangible, something that you can reach out and grab, okay? So things are changing, things are shifting. Your mind is your biggest ally or your biggest enemy. And it's really up to you um, to determine what's what. Okay. So I hope that helps. I'm intending that it does. Again, if you are interested in receiving these weekly readings, you could join the Patreon. That link is in the description. That is $11.11 a month. So you get 4 readings in a month for $11.11, as well as access to the weekly posts that I do. There's at least 3 posts a week on the Patreon, all about tarot, astrology, things that are coming up, new moons, full moons. I upload workbooks and all sorts of things over there. So if that's something that interests you, join me. If not, I will see you around. I'm about to go. I think I gotta go to the grocery store. I need more grapes. I've been really obsessed with grapes right now. I get these like food hyperfixations where all I want is a certain thing and then I run it into the ground. So I will eat grapes nonstop until one day I'm like, I can't have another grape ever. And then I move on to the next thing. So that's me. Maybe it's Venus and Taurus, all that fixed energy. Maybe not. But in any case, I love you. I'll see you on the Patreon. Bye.